Okay. Now, one of the ways that you can assure that you have SCM is you can have your patient pick your head up. When you don't have to go real far, just pick it up a little bit. Now, see how that pops out? That's how you're seeing SCM now. Mm-hmm. So if you have to, you can grab it while it's out. Now relax back down. Now you know you have SCM. Okay. And again, you've got the space here, so you know that you don't have pressure directly on the carotid. It is in the mix of things, but that's not where your pressure is. You can cross it fiber this way. You feel it pop. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or you can work with the fibers this way. You can come up closer to the attachment up here. Pop it. You can come down to the attachment down here. You can cross fiber. Again, the carotid's back here. Cross fiber here.
Yeah, that's tight.
Mm-hmm. But it is on most people.
Good, okay.
SCM is tender on almost everybody.
Mm. And then it attaches right in there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
Yes, okay. When you're down here, you're getting into the attachments.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to do pectoralis with it up there like
yeah.
that too? Okay.
Woo-woo.
Pectoralis you can get two ways, because
Mm-hmm.
you want to get pec major and pec minor.
Okay.
You can do a broad sweep on pecs. Bring the arm up this way.
I shaved just for everybody in class.
Aww.
I know.
Come down this way.
Mm-hmm.
And you're catching pec.
Okay.
And for most people that will burn. It's just a slow,
Feels
broad
good.
motion. And when you work on women, especially if you're a man working on women, by keeping your hand to the side like this, I've got your fingers in here in the middle,
Okay.
then like I keep them up away from the body, and it's the palm of my hand is where the syrup is making contact. So if you keep your fingers up and away and just the palm, then they don't feel like you're being invasive.
Excellent.
Because that's a huge one with women.
Okay.
Now you can get pec major and minor. Also get pec this way.
Okay.
Now, if you have a large busted woman, this is going to be a bit of an issue.
Okay.
So turn her sideline.
Okay.
Let gravity pull the breast tissue away. You can still raise the arm, come in and catch pecs,
Okay.
bring the arm back down again, and then you can cross fiber.
Excellent.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I just want to make sure I was catching. Yeah. Oh, good.
You know, sometimes you kind of have to help. I think, my personal opinion, rolling a woman's sideline and letting gravity move the tissue away is better than saying, "Here, hold this." Because that is one of the approaches. You ask them to hold that out of the way. Well, that's just drawing attention to the fact that you're somewhere where society says you shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
So if you roll them sideline and just let nature take care of it, you're doing the same thing without calling any attention to anything.
Okay. But me, we're okay with this one. I love you. So you bring it up. And
Bring
then
it up.
You grab.
You bring your thumb down underneath.
Okay.
Because it becomes like a flap.
Okay.
You know, like webbing.
Uh-huh.
So you're bringing the thumb up underneath the flap of webbing tissue.
Okay.
Bring your arm back down.
Down. Okay.
Okay, and then when the arm's back down, then you've got all of this to be able to work with. And you're catching the attachment over in here whenever you're pulling.
Okay.
And you can do cross fiber. So before we were lengthening the muscle,
Mm-hmm.
now we can cross fiber to break up.
The adhesions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
just little tricks.
I love these little tricks. They're so good.
So in a head forward posture, you're going to take all the time on the anterior part of the body and, excuse me, you're going to lengthen everything up towards the shoulders.
Okay.
Okay? On the posterior side, you're going to lengthen everything from the shoulders down, because the theory is the head is forward, so the muscles, pectoralis and all of that, have gotten shortened.
Okay.
So you need to lengthen those.
Okay.
These are all being strained and stretched.
Okay.
So you need to pull them away from the head back down towards the shoulder, because you have locked tight and locked long.
Okay.
So you want to release the lock tight and the lock long.
Okay. Okay.
You guys deal with lock tight and lock long?
Not in those terminologies, I don't believe.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I know what you're speaking of.
Well, you know, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if it's pulling the head forward, this is all getting tighter. This is all being strained. And a lot of people will feel, they'll come in complaining about posterior neck pain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the pain is, but that's not where the source of the problem is.
Yeah. How about upper trap?
Okay, upper trap.
Okay.
I think the best thing for upper trap
Okay.
is to come straight down the back,
Let me make sure it's still. Yep, it's recording.
straight down the back, and catch it right here at the top.
Okay.
Okay, so again, when you pin it and stretch it.
Okay.
So by using the thumb, I'm pinning it down.
Okay.
Feel it?
Oh yeah.
And then by moving the head, you're stretching.
Excellent.
And I felt it release, did you?
Yeah.
Because basically, as like the first time I held it,
Mhm.
your head stayed still.
Mm-hmm.
The second time after it released and after it slipped and we got a hold of it again, then your head just suddenly gave a little bit of a release and went more to the left.
I love that one.
What else did you need? Okay. Suboccipitals, you come under
Okay.
the cervical region.
Okay.
Bring your fingers all the way up to the cervical ridge.
Okay.
Then you literally support the head with the fingertips. Okay, that puts you under the cervical ridge.
Okay.
Then you want to flex the axis
Okay.
15 degrees. And when you do that, now you're into those suboccipital attachments.
That feels excellent.
So again, you're doing a pin and stretch, because you are using the bone to pin the muscle to it,
Okay.
and then whenever you flex the axis, the 15 degrees, you just put a stretch on the suboccipital attachments.
Excellent.
So the fingers, if I roll this to the side so they can see, the fingers are literally catching the occiput. And when you hold that, you actually feel the patient release the weight of their head onto your fingers. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, get some lotion on here. There's a neat way to release through a massage more than just a pin and stretch. It does take lotion though. You can't do this as a dry move,
Okay.
because you have to have some glide to get it to go. I don't know how much you work with lotion, but you have to.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to start with your thumb at the occiput. You're going to raise the head, start bringing your thumb down along the spinal column and lower the head as you do it. Do that 3 to 5 times. Okay. Then you're just going to bring your thumb out here to the side a little bit more. You can do the same thing.
It feels so good.
Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think if you had, if I had known you were coming, maybe I can scan them and send them to you. Some of my stuff from my class I just did for headaches.
Oh, for the TMJ one that you went to, that was really good.
Not the TMJ, this was the last one that I just did for headaches.
Oh wow. What teacher was there?
This was Kent, I'm trying to think what Kent, David Kent.
He's good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these people come from all over.
Florida.
So
A lot
most of
come
them
from
won't be able
Florida.
to come. Yeah, most of them won't be able to go to these people, but who was the TMJ guy you said was really good?
Doug Nelson.
He's a good one.
He does not just
And
TMJ.
not a lot of people do TMJ. So
He
that's
doesn't
cool.
just do TMJ. He does precision neuromuscular technique for the entire body, and it has to do with trigger points and has to do with referred pain and sensation patterns.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Now, this is doing upper trap.
Okay.
'Cause,
Is that
you-
a cross friction or shortening or?
That's cross fiber,
Cross fiber.
just to help break things down.
Okay.
Okay. And you're not worried so much about traps shortening, back this way.
Okay.
You want to get the release with traps,
Okay.
which you got a good release out of that. Because basically what you're doing when you get up under here, you're under that flap.
Okay.
When you're under that flap, you've got trap.
Okay.
So you can do the cross fiber and catch it that way.
Okay.
Okay, what you're into again is catching all of the suboccipitals and working them down.
Okay.
Work close to the spinal column. And so basically you're doing lengthening moves like we did in the front, but this time you're bringing everything down.
So in the front, you bring it up and in.
Right, you want to lengthen it back towards the head
Okay.
because that's where it's short and pulling the head down.
Okay.
In the back, it's long and pulling the head forward. So you want to be able to get these muscles to work back towards the bottom, of the spine to
Okay.
pull these tissues all back again.